I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, but that big focus on exploration and customization during that state of play for Ghost of Tsushima was a bit of a shock to me. And it sort of stems from the 2018 gameplay we saw at E3, right? And it's like during that gameplay, we did see a bit of free roaming and that kind of freedom there, but something about it just didn't scream exploration, right? And I think also the nature of the game being samurais, that just didn't sound like it would be an exploration vibe. Now, I had to check myself on that assumption, thought, or whatever, right? Like, am I an idiot? Or am I actually onto something? I think it's both. Nah, man, I asked in my Discord, right? And so our resident Discord dweller, Bendy, was like, this is Sucker Punch. This is nothing new. And I completely was like, wait a second. Oh my goodness, Infamous. You know what I mean? But then the boy Mike brought up a nice counterpoint and was like, yeah, but since they are known for single player, maybe they're about to do something different this time around. I think there's some truth in both of those statements, right? So started off, this is Sucker Punch. They are known for open world. But the whole Zelda Breath of the Wild touch, or should I say Zelda and Shadow of the Colossus touch, per director's words, is the new aspect of this whole open world that we know Sucker Punch for. Just to go a bit more in depth on that idea, they did say, the developer Zach Fox, I think it is.
Hey, bitch, you better praise God or I'm a shooting, that's on God. I ain't playing by my Lord and Savior, I'm on my job.
Said that they took inspiration from Zelda, probably Breath of the Wild, and then Shadow of the Colossus. If you ask me what that inspiration would be, it's that push to explore. Right, the idea that you see this vast land and you actually want to explore, not that you have to. And so I just recently read that article that IGN posted, and this made me so happy because I think I even tweeted it. I was like, bro, tell me why that state of play gave me Breath of the Wild vibes. Am I going crazy? You know what I mean? And I'm not, thankfully. Another piece that was so unexpected, per my expectations, is the whole customization push as well. Again, samurai game, we've been playing some of these recently. They're just not at all like what Ghost of Tsushima is right now. The two big ones that I have in my head is Sekiro and Nioh. I just really thought this was going to be a story-driven samurai game, because at the end of the day, that's even in itself a little different. Sekiro, to me, it didn't have a samurai vibe. You know what I mean? But maybe you guys would think otherwise. Going back to the customization part, even though they didn't show a ton of costumes, I have a feeling there's going to be a decent amount. And the thing is, I think these costumes are going to have their own abilities, skill sets, yada, yada, yada. So even if there's not a lot, the vast amount that there are will be very important, right? You will be maybe switching between them in a sense, maybe. I don't know, but that's what I think. And they're already off to a good start if we're talking about customization, because they have an open area, right? These costumes are going to be pretty vast, and you can change their color. And how do you change your color? You got to find those flowers and whatnot. Now, that's just one aspect of it. So I just feel like they're already giving me this nice push and nice incentive to explore, and then that's not even factoring in the whole idea of customizing your playstyle. So these outfits you get, as we saw with the samurai and the ghost difference, you're gonna need different types of outfit for the different types of playstyle you're trying to play as. So it's like that's another incentive to go find that outfit, go find that armor piece, whatever it is. I like it. I touched on it a little bit, but I think this is the perfect chance to segue into the whole combat. If we look at the two sides that they presented to us, the samurai and the ghost, there's a lot going on and some things you might have not actually caught. As a whole, this gameplay is very different, I would say, to what we're used to over the past few years. And I think that's a good thing. It's 100% not going to be some aggressive action button masher. That's for sure. And the biggest thing that I just heard as well is the director telling us that it is going to be a hard game. I'm all ears. Sekiro 2.0, except Breath of the Wild. Zelda, Sekiro mix. What? That sounds crazy. So reading some of the tidbits from the director, he mentions that yes, you can play the entire game as a samurai if you choose. The only problem is the whole story of the game is about Jin becoming a ghost. The ghost, should I say, right? So as you continue on in the game, more enemies are gonna come, kind of edging you towards a more ghost or stealthy style of gameplay. That's the catch here, right? So we saw in the gameplay Samurai, Ghost, they obviously had two different type of armor sets going on. They said it, and I think it's easy for us to assume that there will be benefits for these armor sets. And on the combat note, we know it's hard, and they said that they're sticking to the whole samurai aspect, and they are respecting the lethality. I was practicing it in my head if I was gonna say it right. Lethalness, whatever. I'm gonna say that. I don't know if it's a real word. The lethalness of a sword, meaning just a few slices and you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, this is not some bullet sponge, sword sponge type of game. Thank God. So while he says that you can continue the game as a samurai build, he does admit that it will be very hard as you progress. Whenever these games or these trailers or these people, whatever you want to say, show me the idea that I could choose my playstyle, and then I hear that, first of all, I'm always expecting that. I'm always like, you have me intended to play this way, but you're saying that if I want to, I can play this way. What I always hope for is for the balance to be the same, but it almost never is. And I think the biggest example that I can think of is Metal Gear Solid 5. They told me that I could Rambo that game, right? But if I don't have the right equipment, the right gear and whatnot, it's just, I'm better off playing how the game was intended, sneaking.
As you explore the world, you'll discover Omamori charms. They'll give you an edge in battle. But more importantly, as your legend grows, you'll develop all new techniques which transform Jin from a samurai into the ghost. But the thing is, you get to decide how those techniques evolve and grow over time.
What's interesting about that clip is they mentioned that you could change from the samurai playstyle to the ghost playstyle on the fly. So for the ghost gameplay, we saw a clear difference, and that was around in two areas, I think. Obviously, it would be the gear and then the timing. It was daytime for the samurai, but then the ghost struck at night. And I wonder, the first thing I want to ask, and I'm wondering, is that a requirement? Can you only, maybe and maybe not. It just would be easier, right? Because it's darker, they can't see you as well, plus that little mask is scary, but I don't know. And one thing you guys might have missed, during the ghost section, he had a fear factor. They started to fear him. Now, is it because of... I'm very curious of why that is. Because the samurai, they weren't scared of the samurai. How can you not be scared of a dude walking in with his armor and just saying, you're at the front gate, slicing you up, and then just continuing on with his day? How does that not scare you? But some dude who's just pulling these smoke bombs like he's a ninja scares you. I'm over exaggerating this, but I just think that's funny. Other than that, I mean, yeah, used a lot of equipment to get the job done. Thought it was cool, interesting. I'm sure that'll get pretty fancy, right? Because if that's the game, the way we're intended to play, they want us to begin to evolve into, I have a feeling it's gonna get real technical, so that's cool. But something big that I wanted to bring up is the 2018 gameplay reveal. Whenever we have these reveals, it's broken up and it's years in between when we ever even see this thing. It's always interesting to look back, because with the new gameplay we got, this 2018 gameplay adds a lot of context for us. In that IGN review with Nate Fox from Sucker Punch, he says that he regrets that they didn't show one-on-one sword fights. And it's like, you guys kind of already did in E3 2018.
You were my friend.
Give me the mark.
No.
And so when I look at this gameplay, it adds a lot of different perspective of my thoughts of how the combat is going to be, right? So it's like the invasions that we saw of the Mongols, I think that's how you say it, that's like one kind of combat, and then the one-on-ones is another kind. Now, it's the same mechanic, but the fact that some attacks in the one-on-ones are going to be deflected or blocked, it's different. It's different, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if I can put it into words, but I just feel like it's gonna be a different type of adrenaline rush for that. And again, you add in the idea that one or two missed attacks hits on you, you're dead, right? So it's like you go through this long fight just to get hit 3 times total and you're dead. Versus, you know, if you mess up with the enemy, you'll kill him, but then you might take one hit or not, you know, if it's an invasion or whatever. So I think it's just gonna be cool. I think I'm actually really excited for those one-on-one. So overall, you know, this unexpected twist of what Ghost of Tsushima was, it's 100% welcome, 1000% welcome. In fact, I think it actually increased my excitement level because I love Breath of the Wild, right? And I'm a fan of harder, difficult games. Sekiro was amazing. So you're putting 2 and 2 together, guys. You're putting 2 and 2 together. Last few tidbits is they mentioned that this was a small portion of the world. It has, what did they say? They have big open area and it covers all the biomes that you would see in mainland Japan. They said snowy mountains to bamboo forest, some waterfalls, some grassy plains. Oh my god, can you imagine, guys? Oh my god, I wonder what the time gameplay, you know, the average gameplay completion is. I wouldn't doubt if it's something like 40 hours if you just do what you need to do, and then 80 plus if you actually just explore and take your time. If you want 100%, it's probably hundreds. Now I'm not 100%, but I'm gonna take my jolly old time. Shoo-wee! I'm excited for this game. Like I said, I'm excited for this game. More so after that state of play. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys getting this game? Where are my Sekiro people at? What about my Neo people? Are we all showing out? Is this, you know what I mean? Is this happening? Let me know. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like for more content. Ghost of Tsushima like this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.